stand for the national anthem. My lords and ladies, justices of the superior courts, the representative of the Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Mr. Hussein Tumasi, the honorable ministers here present, your excellencies, members of the diplomatic and consular corps, the vice chancellor of the University of the Gambia and his deputies, permanent secretaries, your worships the magistrates, the president and members of the Gambia Bar Association, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you all to the 6th call to the bar ceremony for the students who have just completed their vocational training at the Gambia Law School. The students to be called today are the 6th batch of students to have completed their training at the Gambia Law School. This day is to honor another milestone in the long journey that these 53 men and women have embarked on with the ultimate ambition of becoming a legal practitioner. Before going any further, ladies and gentlemen, we will, as always, seek the blessings of the Almighty to bless this day and the lives of each and every one of us here present. So, if I may call on the Honorable President of the Qadi Appeals Panel, the Honorable Justice Qadi Omar Seka, to lead us in Islamic prayers.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Malik Yawmiddin, Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in, ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim, sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim, غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد في الأولين، اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد في الملأ الأعلى إلى يوم الدين، اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد في الآخرين، اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد شابا زكيا، اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد كهلا مرضيا. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا، ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا، ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به، واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا، أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. اللهم لا تدع لنا في مقامنا هذا ذنبا إلا غفرته، ولا عيبا إلا سترته، ولا مريدا إلا شفيته، ولا مبتلا إلا عافيته، ولا حاجة من حوائج الدنيا والآخرة لنا فيها صلاح ولك منها رضا إذا أعنتنا على قضائها في يسر وعافية، إنك نعم المولى ونعم النصير. بحرمة اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق، ناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم، وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره العظيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون، وسلام 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 على المرسلين، والحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين.
I now invite the double doctor, Dr. Henry Carroll, to lead us in Christian.
Let us continue in prayer. Let justice roll down like waters and righteousness like an ever-rolling stream. Justice must not only be done, but it must manifestly and undoubtedly is sin to be done. Great God of nations, we thank you for giving us the privilege for us today to be competent and compellable witnesses to this epoch-making history in the legal history of our beloved motherland, the Gambia. We are witnessing the call to the Gambia Bar as author, barristers and solicitors of the Gambia Supreme Court of 53 graduates of the Gambia Law School who have found to be fit and proper persons to be called to the Gambia Bar. We hope that during their studies in the Gambia Law School, they have indeed passed through the aforesaid institution of learning and not the other way around, that the institution has passed through them. We pray that all they have learned, digested, will be implemented for the ideals of justice, so that our beloved motherland, the Gambia, will be a land of justice, freedom, and peace for all. We pray in the precious name of our dear Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
I now call upon the Honorable Chief Justice and Chairperson of the General Legal Council, the Honorable Justice Hassan B. Jallow, to deliver the welcome address.
Mr. President of the Republic of the Gambia, Honorable Judges, Honorable Representative of the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice, Your Worships, Honorable Cadis, Honorable Ministers, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the General Legal Council, members of the Gambia Bar, our distinguished visitor, the Registrar of the Ghana Law School, distinguished guests. I am pleased as Chairman of the General Legal Council to welcome you all to this auspicious occasion of the 6th call to the bar of the 53 students who have successfully completed both the academic and vocational stages of their training, respectively at university level and at the level of the Gambia Law School. I wish to extend a special welcome to the graduates themselves who are seated on my left there, to their parents and their sponsors who have provided the necessary financial support to enable the students pursue their ambitions successfully. My heartfelt congratulations to them all, and my best wishes to them, to the graduates, for a successful career in the law. On an occasion such as this, it is necessary to recall, particularly for the graduates, some of the important precepts of the profession which they have aspired to join and for which they have been preparing themselves now for several years. Your call to the bar today marks an important stage in your journey, but it is expected that, subject to satisfying some further statutory requirements, you will eventually be enrolled in the role of legal practitioners of the Republic of the Gambia and thus become members of the learned and noble profession of law in this country. But you have only begun learning, even though you may be called learned members or members of the learned profession. You have only begun learning. It will and should not end. The process of learning should not and will not end. True success at the bar requires a lifetime of continuous learning, not only of the law, but also of the important issues of life, of the burning issues which our community faces from time to time. The profession is rightly described as noble due to its dedication to justice. And at the heart of justice lie the qualities of honesty, of integrity, and professionalism. You are all being called to the bar because the council, the General Legal Council, is satisfied not only do you satisfy the academic and vocational requirements, the credentials for the profession, but because it is also satisfied that you are fit and proper persons, character-wise, for call to the bar. As lawyers, you are expected to maintain the highest standards of honesty, the highest standards of integrity, and the highest standards of professionalism. You must discharge your duties fully to your clients, but within the ambit of the law. You must always remember that you are officers of the court, and as such, you also have a duty to assist the court in its search for the truth and in its efforts to ensure that justice is done to all those who come before it. Justice requires also that you come to the assistance, to the aid of the weak and the disadvantaged in our community. You have a duty to ensure that the machinery of justice functions efficiently, that it doesn't become a haven for those who wish to frustrate the process of justice. You must also always remember that the community, in addition to the laudable efforts of your sponsors, of your parents and friends, has also invested significantly in your education, and that as a result, you owe them in return. To be at its service, to assist it in the light of your knowledge and in the light of the skills you have now acquired as it searches for peace, for prosperity, based on justice and based on respect for human rights and the rule of law. It is all these qualities and perhaps more which will make you truly members of a learned and a noble profession. For its part, the General Legal Council is deeply committed and determined to ensure quality legal education in the Gambia, both at academic and vocational levels, as well as a vibrant continuing legal education program. The Council is also determined to ensure that the members of the bar observe the highest standards of professional ethics and conduct. And in this regard, I would like you, the graduates, and all of the other members of the bar to note that at its inaugural meeting earlier this year, the General Legal Council has fully constituted the disciplinary committee of the Council pursuant to the provisions of the Legal Practitioners Act. The emphasis, however, with the maintenance of the highest ethical standards is not limited to only the members of the bar. Pursuant to the provisions of the Judges Supplementary Code of Conduct Act, I have also now appointed and sworn in the Ethics Committee, which under the Code is mandated to investigate and report to the Chief Justice and the Judicial Service Commission complaints against judicial officers, that is judges, magistrates, as well as cadres. The committee is headed by the Honorable Justice Mr. Raymond Sock of the Supreme Court, who is assisted also by Justices Narcissus Salawata of the Gambian Court of Appeal, and also by Justice Hadi Roche of the Gambian Court of Appeal. The Monitoring and Evaluation Committee, presided over by Honorable Justice Mamiya C, will, as its name suggests, also be continuously monitoring and evaluating the performance of all judicial officers. And I do hope that effective functioning of these two bodies will contribute very significantly to the maintenance of the required standards across the entire spectrum of the legal profession. Fortunately, the legal profession in this country has had a very long and distinguished record of service to the country. And I do hope and expect that its new members who are being called today will contribute to strengthening that tradition and not engage in any conduct which will erode that deep tradition. I thank you very much for your attention, and once more I welcome you all, and I welcome our new graduates numbering 53, who will eventually be presented by the overseer of the law school, the Honorable Justice Amina. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, my Lord, for those wise words. And I hope it serves as a reminder not only to the graduates, but to all legal practitioners that the learning process to become a lawyer, it never ends. I will now call on the representative of the Honorable Attorney General, Mr. Hussein Tumasi, to deliver the opening address.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First and foremost, let me convey the apologies of the Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Mr. Abubakar Tambedu, who is unable to be here due to other state commitments outside the jurisdiction. I will now read his address. The Honorable Minister of Interior, Mr. Mbalo, representing His Excellency, the President of the Republic, my Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Hassan B. Jallo, Honorable Ministers, Honorable Judges of the Superior Courts, Overseer of the Gambian Law School, Honorable Amina Sahosise, Your Worships, Magistrates and Cadis, Honorable Members of the National Assembly, Members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, Members of the General Legal Council, our distinguished guest speaker, Mr. Sheriff Tambedu, the President of the Gambia Bar Association, Mrs. Rachel Mendy, members of the Gambia Bar, religious and traditional leaders here present, invited guests, our distinguished guests from the Republic of Ghana, the Registrar of the Ghana Law School, ladies and gentlemen, graduates. It is with great pleasure that I am here today to take part in today's call ceremony. I would like to extend my congratulations to all new lawyers on this very special and unique moment in your lives. It is also fitting to recognize the special efforts made by your parents to prepare you for this milestone event. I'm certain that they have endured sacrifices in preparing and supporting you in your long and arduous journey to this honorable profession. My sincere congratulations to all parents. It is indeed a worthy time for celebrations. We must also pay tribute to your lecturers for their hard work in preparing you for this day. It is also gratifying to know that some of the judges have offered to lecture some courses at the law school, and we take this opportunity to express appreciation to them. Our profound gratitude also goes to the Honorable Amina Sahosise, the Overseer of the Gambia Law School. Graduates, your call to the bar is very meaningful and full of significance. Henceforth, you will be presented to the society and the world at large as lawyers. It is a profession that comes with respect not only from your clients, but from the public in general. With the privileges attached to your newfound status in society, you should also remember that there are weightier responsibilities. And as is customary on this day to provide advice to the new lawyers, I shall endeavor to make a few. We lawyers pride that our profession is a learned and noble one. Today, you will conduct yourselves as members of this profession at all times. Remember to be professional in your conduct and in all your undertakings. Being professional entails, among other things, scholarship, honor, personal integrity, independence, taking pride in our judicial system, defending the rule of law, and upholding duties and responsibilities to clients and the court. Do not, and I emphasize, ever act contrary to your code of conduct. Always remind yourselves of the values and ethos you were taught at the law school. And whenever in doubt in the course of your practice, do not hesitate to consult a senior lawyer. Never hesitate to ask for help. Senior lawyers are always willing to help and guide juniors. I'm sure some of you were motivated to join the profession having seen and observed a senior legal practitioner in action. Establish where feasible mentoring relationships with senior legal practitioners. This in fact brings me to the issue of collegiality and fraternity at the bar. Be polite, respectful, and courteous to your fellow lawyers, especially your seniors. Be respectful to judges and magistrates. It is paramount. Be guided by the code of conduct for legal practitioners. Your standards of behavior should always be guided by the code. I'm sure you are familiar with it. The mantra is, live by the code. As a lawyer, do not ever take advantage of people. Do not exploit them by charging exorbitant fees. Your fees shall be reasonable at all times. Your ultimate objective should always be to uplift the profession. Success as a lawyer can only come about through hard work and dedication to professional and ethical values. There is no shortcut to hard work as a lawyer. You have to put in the long hours. And most times, while the world is busy sleeping, you should be at your desk toiling. There is general consensus among practitioners and jurists that the hallmark of all good lawyers is simply hard work. Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, I want you to understand that there are obviously ethical implications in becoming a member of the legal practitioner in any part of the world. Ours is no exception. In the words of former Chief Justice Warren of Canada, a lawyer without high ethical standards is an empty vessel, a mere technician whose relationship to the client amounts to nothing other than a casual, superficial commercial transaction. In the words of Lord Denning, then Master of the Rolls, on the role of the barrister, in the famous case of Rundell and Worsley, 1967 1QB, at page 501, the words of Lord Denning in that case are still relevant and appropriate to us today as they were at the time when it was pronounced in 1967. I quote, "A barrister has a duty to the court which is paramount. It is a mistake to suppose that he is the mouthpiece of his client to say what he wants, or his tool to do what he wants. He is none of these. He owes allegiance to a higher cause. It is the cause of justice and truth. He must not consciously misstate facts. He must not knowingly conceal the truth." End of quotation. Remember to be guided always by the fundamental principles of truth and justice. It is by so doing that we can win public confidence in our profession, as well as serving as a strong pillar to guarantee the rule of law and the consolidation of our nascent democracy. My Lord the Chief Justice, as we implement our transitional justice program, we should all stand up to the challenges of our times and do our utmost to bring about the much desired change we are all aspiring for. Inevitably, the change we expect must begin with us. We must establish new values and standards and shift away from practices that will entrench disunity and mistrust. We must create a strong culture for tolerance and respect for each other and see ourselves as Gambians first. We need this attitudinal shift to usher in the much talked about New Gambia. In this regard, it is pertinent that we avail ourselves of the opportunities presented under the auspices of the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparations Commission Act to heal and reconcile this nation as a solid foundation for sustainable peace and development. The Constitutional Review Commission Act, whose objective is to usher in a new constitution premised on widespread consultations, is a significant platform for us to articulate our views on how we want to be governed and move forward. I encourage all of you to participate in these processes. My Lord the Chief Justice, ladies and gentlemen, I must at this juncture state that there is much to be celebrated in our justice system. A lot of impressive accomplishments have taken place within a very short period. We are proud to have the Honorable Hassan B. Jallow, a distinguished scholar and legal luminary, as the Chief Justice, as well as Honorable Justice Awaba as President of the Gambia Court of Appeal, together with several Gambians who have responded to the call to serve in the Gambian judiciary. Our calls have been enriched with your presence, which will undoubtedly lead to the development of Gambian jurisprudence. Once again, I wish to state in conclusion to extend my sincere congratulations to all of you on becoming lawyers. God bless and guide you in your career. I thank you for your kind attention.
And I'm sure the graduates will finally be relieved to not be called students anymore, but barristers. So I invite the Honorable Justice Amina Sise, who also doubles as the overseer of the Gambian Law School, to do the introduction of the students, almost barristers, who are about to be called. The Honorable Chief Justice to give the certificates.
His Lordship, the Chief Justice of the Republic of the Gambia, the Honorable Hassan B. Jallow, and members of the General Legal Council, I call upon Ashu Helshimi Oki.
Foofu du baax de naaj bi daf leen a gis.
Can you all remain seated? We will call all your names individually, and when it's time for you to come up, then
With the permission of His Lordship, the Chief Justice of the Republic of the Gambia, the Honorable Hassan B. Jallow, the members of the General Legal Council, I call upon Ashu Helshimi Oki, Obed Kojo Biden, Ngalu T.M. Korin, Fatoumata Binta Jallow, Buba Sise, Gloria Maku Bonko, Linda Frimpo, Aissatou Kamara, Bashiru Elban, Louise Amina Drammeh, Seydou Cissé, Kenda O.M. Mohamed Eka Musa Touré, Sekou Yeboah Amansi Bote, Reki Duanda, Gena Yasin Jen, Daniel Lee Ayi Ankra, Eric Benzenia Minka, Mariama Ngom, Momo Njai Sara, Ama Benyen Kwang Kwanzi, Khadija Jallow, Ismail Joe, Omar Sam, Aissatou K. Jallow, Vanessa Rokuja, Abdoulaye Sanyang, Aissatou Jammeh, Sajo Jammeh, Sajo Sama, Lamin S. Sisi, Abdoulaye K. Konte, Aisha Bintou Fall, Bunja Dabo, Echuta Beno, Sekou Salah Cissé, Mariama Doumbouya, Amin Danso, Fatou Fall, David Pantene Mboulo, Ali A. Maron, Sana Baji, Usman E. Sane, Sheikh Omar Sibi, Nuruddin Bai, Mohammed Kante, Awa Jobate, Kasupa Moody, Iyo Gerard Savot, Jeju Valerie Victoire, Louise Sylvain, Nda Marie Paul. I hand over the floor now to Honorable Chief Justice.
Pursuant to the provisions of the Legal Practitioners Act, and on behalf of the Legal Council, as its chairman, I call to the Gambia Bar those 53 persons who have today been presented by the Honorable Justice Amina Sise as having successfully completed all the requirements for their call to the bar. Congratulations.
Come back. Come back.
Obed Kojo Biden. Obed Kojo Biden.
Could you look at me, okay?
Ngalu Tiedian Corin.
Come back a little bit. Come back. Zoom. Make it zoom. You're taking a moment.
Fatima Kapinta
Yeah,
Dao.
but when you check it, you just step back. If you stand there, you can zoom in.
Mr. Buba Sisi. Gloria Makudongo. Linda Frimpong. Aisatu Kamara.
Can you tell them when they receive their certificate just to stand and show it? Tell them. Yeah, look. Show the certificate.
Basiru Ekwa is out of the jurisdiction and will be called in absentia. We call on Louise Amina Drammeh.
No mind. Donald certificate. Let me see it right. Thank you.
Penda O.M. Sow. Mohamed Noor. Kweku Yabuwa Amani Wate. Reiki Rwanda. Kenari Yasin Jack. Daniel Ni Ai Ankra.
Tahu kan yung mata.
Eric V. Winka is out of jurisdiction and is calling attention. Maria Mangok. Momonjai Sarah.
Very bad lights, right?
Too bad.
This song is very bad. Why are you okay?
Amak Beniekwe Mwanzi. Kabila Kidalo. Ismail Joe. Omar D. Sambu. Isaac K. Jalo. Renata Rohi Jack. Abdullah Simon. Isaac Drammeh. Drammeh. K. Conte. Ajibintu Fall. Is also out of the jurisdiction and will be called in at any abstention. 55. At this juncture, may I invite the Honorable Minister for Interior, Honorable Barrow, to give the remaining certificates. Honorable Minister. Thank you. Usman E. Sane. Lamine Mbaye. Mohamed Kante. Hawa Jobate. Nachua Moses. Guillaume Gerard Tabak. Teju Pauli Victoire. Guabu Silian.
Hey, kasi nga ako boy.
And last but not least,
No.
Ga Kumeda Maripupol.
Nomor mo na po.
Okay, are you guys ready? All the new barristers, please turn their wigs. You can put on your wigs now.
Yeah, sorry. That's great.
Finish now. Your camera.
Why do you have to be fastest? No, you don't have to. I call them back.
Training to become legal practitioners. As the Honorable Chief Justice has said, there is still much learning to do. And as part of your professional training, I'm sure you've been told by lecturers the importance of seniority at the bar. You also have been told that you need to learn from your seniors at the bar and to emulate the good practices of your seniors. One of those seniors which I would enjoin all of you to learn from and emulate is our guest speaker today. Mr. Sharif Maritambedu has been a legal practitioner in the Gambia since 1991. This followed the completion of his studies in England, where he obtained his LLB honours degree from the University of East London. He thereafter did the bar vocational course at the Inns of Court School of Law. He came back to the Gambia in 1991 and did his pupillage with Berthel Macaulay QC and Ida D. Drammeh of Macaulay and Drammeh, before setting up his own legal practice in June 1992. He has practiced in the Gambia for a period of over 26 years in public, commercial, and criminal law. He has also served as the president of the Gambia Bar Association from 2007 to 2009. In his practice, he has demonstrated that the practice of law is not simply a job. It is a calling. It is a desire to help the helpless, to defend the condemned, and to persevere in the quest for justice. It was therefore only natural that in December 2016, at a time when the Gambia Bar Association was experiencing one of the most turbulent periods in its history, Mr. Tambedu was once again called upon to act as the leader and the spokesperson of the Gambia Bar Association. He unflinchingly stood on the steps of the conference room at the Coco Ocean Hotel and called the acts of the former president as treasonous. He also had the privilege of swearing in the president of this country in Dakar on the 19th of January 2017. Mr. Tambedu is a distinguished and respected member of the bar, and he has always been a mentor to too many of us. So I would now call on Mr. Tambedu to deliver his statement.
Thank you, Yasin. Those were very kind words. Born into New York, there's a saying in Sarahole that when good speakers talk or speak before you, realize that they've said all the good things or everything that you wanted to say. But all the same, there's another saying in Salonga that says, you do not stop flogging a running horse. However fast the horse runs, you still flog it. So if I'm going to re-echo some of the advice given by the previous speakers, I will do so all in a good cause. Honorable Mr. Mbalo, Minister of Interior and representative of His Excellency the President of the Republic, Mr. Adam Barrow, my Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, representative of the Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Honorable Ministers here present, my Lord, Justices of the Supreme Court, my Lords, President and Justices of the Gambian Court of Appeal, my Lords, Justices of the High Court, the Chairman and members of the Gambian Appeals Panel, my Lady, Justice Amina Overseer of the Gambia Law School, Your Worship, the Magistrates, the Cadis, members of the General Legal Council, Mrs. Mendy, the President of the Gambia Bar Association, and distinguished colleagues of the bar, staff of the judiciary, invited guests, graduates, members of the press, and ladies and gentlemen. It is my luck and privilege, and I am most honored to have been invited to give a talk to the sixth call to the bar ceremony. I say it is my luck because this is not the first time that I've been invited to give a talk or to make a remark at a call ceremony. Although on previous occasions, I had to do so as President of the Gambia Bar Association. When I was invited to give a talk, I asked my lady on what subject was I to talk. My lady was kind enough to say, you can choose a topic of your own. So I draw inspiration from remarks made on previous occasions that I have been invited to talk, particularly one made in October 2016. It seems such a long time ago. Anyway, I'm always keen and happy to address new lawyers or legal practitioners. As I have said previously to others before you, your call today marks the beginning of a journey, one that will involve making decisions, very important decisions, not only about yourself, but others. In your practice as legal practitioners, either in private practice or employment, you will be called upon and required to give advice and opinions, judicial decisions, etc. The legal opinions, advice, and decisions that you were called upon to make during your course, and which you did, they were a continuing process of your education from university and law school, and it is one that will continue with the vocation and practice of law, as Honorable Representative of the Attorney General has said, it's a continuous process. Your education or learning does not stop. In fact, it begins now. And the best way to learn is to continue the hard work that brought you here today, for which you have been rewarded, all of you, by your call. The virtues of courtesy, patience, and respect is very important in this profession. Show courtesy and respect to seniors at the bar, and most importantly, show it to the bench. You will only get willing teachers and guidance by being humble. If some of you have scored A's, look around you and think, how many of us got A's before you? Before some of you were even born. The point is, whatever you have achieved in your academic performances, someone has achieved it before you, or even better. however good you are, or however good you think you are, remember someone is better or has been better. Do not hesitate to ask, consult, or seek advice from your colleagues, especially those that are senior to you. Don't feel shy or too good to ask for advice or take advice. Always take a cue or hint from the bench. Do not feel embarrassed if a judge or magistrate seems hard on you, or your colleague exposes your weakness in procedure, for example. Learn from it and accept that it's a learning experience and that almost all of us have gone through the same experience. Prepare well before any assignment you undertake, whether it is going to court, giving advice, or writing an opinion. Nobody knows all the laws. Nobody has all the answers. So never hesitate or tire to do research, or ask for time to do research, or look something up, or ask for someone. This is my advice to you. Other speakers have spoken before me, and others will follow. Listen to what they tell you and keep it at heart. And remember, this is an honorable profession. And please keep it honorable in your attitude, in your behavior, in your relationship with those you come in contact with in relation to your work. And please be polite. No need to be arrogant, as many others have been called before you. By the Legal Practitioners Act, you are required to belong to a professional body of lawyers or legal practitioners. Since the only recognized lawyers association in the Gambia is the Gambia Bar Association, I urge you to join it. And please participate in the activities of the Gambia Bar Association, because it is a very important association of great benefit to you and to the nation. I do not need to remind you of the fact that history will always remember the ladies and gentlemen of the Gambia Bar Association who gallantly and by a statement started the demise and ousting of a dictator. Please give an applause to the Gambia Bar Association. We will not tire to remind each other and the new legal practitioners of this effort, so you can appreciate the Gambia Bar Association. You have all done the course and passed your exams and deemed fit and proper persons to be called to the Gambian Bar. But remember that the practice of law and being a legal practitioner is not limited to appearance in court. There is a very high standard of discipline and ethics that you need to observe and maintain. A professional code of conduct that should guide you both inside and outside the courtroom, in your dealings with clients money, with clients' property. There is a lot of trust in lawyers by society at large, and by innocent and ignorant people. By people who are both desperate, people who are poor and rich, people who are in positions of weakness and strength. Do not take advantage of anybody. Do not take advantage of their weaknesses or their strength, their wealth or their poverty. I have said this before, there are consequences if you do. The General Legal Counsel is here to regulate your indiscretions and indiscipline. The Gambia Bar Association will denounce and sanction you, and if necessary, you may be persecuted. Worse, you may lose your wings. On the other hand, there is great reward if you behave and comport yourselves as is expected of legal practitioners. You will be appreciated by your employers, which will bring you great accolade, promotion, and as I've said, reward. You will be accorded great respect by your colleagues and the bench. You will make yourself, your family, and your friends proud. And most importantly, you will instill admiration and confidence from the public in your practice and competence, and that will do you a lot of good. There is so much false notion that to be a lawyer is to get rich quickly or get rich at all. This is false indeed. Only hard work pays, and I enjoin on you to do so. I have observed the recent trend in young lawyers, or some lawyers, who have been called in the recent past, which is wrong and disrespectful to both the bench and the profession. When you appear before the superior courts, please appear fully robed. Not only are you supposed to be in a wicked gown, but you should wear collars, bibs, and bands. You should wear the proper clothes in the proper colors. A dark suit, black, blue, or gray. I must say, since my remarks in October 2016, I have not seen anywhere anybody here today wearing a tuxedo or smoking. Like I said before, they are for dinners and funerals. Please keep it that way. When you appear before the subordinate courts, please wear a shirt and a tie, or have your collar and bib on. It is improper and a mark of disrespect to appear before a court with an unbuttoned shirt. I'm also happy to observe that no one here today is wearing white socks. I've said that before, lawyers do not wear white socks. I've also seen a trend where you keep the label on your jackets. You do not do that. Remove the labels on your jacket sleeves, please. You are not. This is not only a profession of gentlemen and ladies. You are not only expected to behave like one, you are expected to dress like one. Look at the podium. You are a lucky generation. As far as I know, all the judges and almost all the lawyers, senior lawyers at the bar, and as recent as 6 years ago, most legal practitioners did their university or further education and law school outside the Gambia, with all the attendant hardships of studying abroad, far from parents, family, and loved ones. You are privileged to have studied here with lecturers and tutors who are practitioners and sitting judges who you interact with. Remember also that you are required to undergo pupillage. Please endeavor to do so properly. I can assure you that what you would have learned at the end of your pupillage may surpass what you learned at law school. I thank my Lord, the Chief Justice, my colleagues and other members of the General Legal Council for making this ceremony possible today despite a busy schedule. Finally, let me extend my most sincere congratulations to you all. I wish to also extend congratulations to your parents, your family, and your loved ones for the sacrifices they made to ensure that you have this day. Pray for them. You have worked hard for this day, so enjoy the profession, enjoy life. May the Almighty guide and protect you. I wish you all the best for the future, and I thank everybody for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tabedu, for those very wise words. And he has re-echoed statements I have heard the overseer of the Gambian Law School repeat again and again and again to their students. That as a lawyer, you not only act like a lawyer, you talk like a lawyer, and you look like a lawyer. So no white socks. Thank you very much. Now, we've come to that part of the program where we honor those who have shown distinction in the vocational course. And we will invite those who have sponsored the prizes to give the prizes to the various students. On behalf of the General Legal Council, may I first start by thanking His Excellency the President, the Honorable Chief Justice, the Honorable Attorney General, Mr. Antoine A.B. Gay, Ami Bensula and Co., Mr. Pa Idi M.O. Fall, Solai Law Chambers, Semo Law Practice, and the Gambia Bar Association for kindly donating the prizes for the students' reception. invite the President of the Gambia Bar Association, Mrs. Rachel Wymandy, to give the prize for civil procedure to the recipient, Mr. Ngalu Teniam Kori.
Can you turn here, please? Turn. Congratulations.
Commercial law and commercial practices, company law and commercial practices. Teniam Kori.
Well done.
I also call again on the President of the Gambia Bar Association, Mrs. Rachel Wymandy, to give the prize donated by the Gambia Bar Association for the law of evidence. And the prize for law of evidence goes to Obed Kojo Biden. I invite Mr. Abdul Aziz Bensouda of Ami Bensouda & Co. to give the prize for legal drafting and conveyancing. And the prize for legal drafting and conveyancing goes to Ashu Elshami Oki. Which was donated by Solai Law Chambers. And the prize goes to Louise Amina Drammeh.
Great. Excellent. As a tunnel fee. Look. Great.
I call on the representative of the Honorable Attorney General, Mr. Hussein Tumasi, to give the Attorney General's prize for advocacy skills. The prize for advocacy skills goes to Penda O.M. Saul.
Congratulations. Great.
To give the prize for professional conduct, office management and solicitor's account, which he has kindly donated, and the prize goes to Mr. Mohammed Noor. Criminal Procedure, which goes to Basiru Elba. The Secretary of the General Legal Counsel, on behalf of Mr. Bak, who is out of the court. Thank you, Mr. Gay. There is one student who has come out as the most outstanding student in the 6th batch of the Gambia Law School, and we would invite the Honorable Minister for Interior to give the President's Prize to the outstanding student, Ashu Hilshami Oki.
Congratulations.
The President's Prize is the entire set of the laws of the Gambia, but it's 2 boxes, so you can collect your prize later to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of the class. Mr. Oki.
Your Excellency Adama Barrow, here represented, President of the Republic of the Gambia. Your Excellency the Vice President, the Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, my Lord the Chief Justice and Chairperson of the General Legal Council, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Vice Chairperson of the General Legal Council, Honorable Ministers of State, the officer overseeing the Gambian Law School, Honorable Justices of the Superior Courts, distinguished members of the General Legal Council, learned magistrates of the subordinate courts, distinguished members of the Gambian Bar Association, learned cadis, members of the Diplomatic Corps, honorable members of Parliament, religious leaders, staff of the Gambia Law School, invited guests and friends, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols duly and respectfully observed. With profound honor, humility and respect, Your Excellency, I would like to start by thanking the Almighty God for making this day a reality. On behalf of my colleagues, the class of 2016-2017 of the Gambian Law School heartily welcomes you all to the 6th call to the bar ceremony. I would like to also use this opportunity to congratulate my colleagues for successfully going through this intensive academic journey. My learning colleagues, now learned colleagues, will bear me witness that the journey was a horrendous one. When we started this program in 2016, our target was to see this very day. Just as Gambia decided, we also decided. And the outcome is this marvelous achievement. I thank the Almighty God for the courage and strength given to us during this period. Indeed, my learned colleagues, we mean it. We came from different boats, but now we are in the same ship. Once more, congratulations to you all, and can we give ourselves a round of applause, please? Your Excellency, as a Cameroonian, I want to thank the Gambian government and the entire people of the Gambia for the opportunity given to us from Cameroon and Ghana to be part of this program. The security, hospitality, and fraternity which we have experienced here is overwhelming.
Thank you.